Hi, it's Marty Milner talking to you today about real estate in Bucks County, Yardley, Newtown, Upper Makefield, Lower Makefield. I'm a little bit informal today, just worked out, but I did want to talk to everybody today about the spring market in real estate. From a real estate perspective, we think of the spring market as starting just after the Super Bowl, which everybody I'm sure knows is this Sunday. However, there's sort of an interesting dynamic taking place right now because of the tax credit, which I'll get to in a minute. And I've seen a lot of activity that has started this year much earlier than normal and much earlier than in prior years. Usually people start looking, and this is why the spring market is the busiest marketing time of the year for both buyers and sellers in real estate. People start looking, you know, in February, March, April, and they put their house on the market the same time of the year because the busiest time for moving is actually late June, July, and August. For obvious reasons, people oftentimes want to time their move when their kids are out of school so they can move over the summer months. So again, if you're a seller and you know that the average days on the market is much longer than what we were used to several years ago, people start in February and March, get their house on the market, figuring that they'll be able to move in basically late June, July, and August. What's happening now, I think, this year is that the tax credit, which was extended, and modified when the original first-time homebuyer credit expired in November, it basically requires that you sign a contract to buy something by April 30th and settle by June 30th. And in case you aren't aware of it, the credit now applies not only to first-time home buyers who can still get an $8,000 credit, but also for under certain conditions, people that are selling a house and buying another house, and the relative cost doesn't matter, are eligible for a $6,500 credit. The principal criteria if you're selling a house is that you have to have been in the house essentially for 5 years. And then again, you can be eligible for a $6,500 credit. If you have further questions about that, feel free to contact me. There's some income limits that are applied both to first-time home buyers and for those who are already own a house and want to buy another one. Has to be a primary residence. And the income limits were expanded when they instituted this new credit, which again expires basically April 30th is the deadline, and that's not all that far away. And I think that's what's really driving the early start to our spring market. I personally have had 3 or 4 people who are sellers that we're in the process of putting their house on the market to take advantage of buyers, basically that want to be able to capture that either $6,500 or $8,000 credit. And the buyers I'm working with, again, are very focused on that April 30th deadline. And again, it's not that far away, so that you have to sign a contract to buy by April 30th and close by June 30th. So I think it's altered some of the more traditional focus in the so-called spring market, so that it's a significant enough amount of money that people don't, if they otherwise qualify, certainly don't want to lose that opportunity. So we're seeing a bit of an early start to the spring market. As always, if you have any other questions, please feel free to call me, 215-519-1399. Again, it's Marty Milner with Coldwell Banker Hartside, and you can always view my blog at buckscountypatoday.com, and hope you all have a great day.